You notice to move your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. Waking up every day, lifting him from the bed to the wheelchair to the car to get him to therapy on time, it's no small task between the doctors and the diagnosis, but nothing can disable this love. This is my big brother, my hero. He's part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. See, there's no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow. He'll be waiting for me. I wake up for him. I know he needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 877-333-5885. Caregiving Resource Center. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do. Tell the world I see with an emoji to stop the bullies.
Know someone who's being bullied online? Send the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more about the witness emoji at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Because that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold Simpson.
Everybody dies.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it. Woo! Yes, sir, man!
Off the Mat with Alex Lowe's, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Hey, look at this. We only got 2/3 though, because somebody's MIA, but that's all right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the only wrestling talk show here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network and on bodyslam.net. Welcome to a shortened episode of Off the Mat. Going to be pretty short because that was my doing. Obviously, I can't control the weather and I can't control how people drive, so it's up to them to dictate how they want to go home in certain aspects. But again, I can't control that. But we're here. We're going to talk some AEW. We'll get into some of the stuff with NXT and their releases. I gave a little bit of insight last week. I'm curious what Lyle's thoughts are. And yes, he is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is back. Mr. Lyle Gillen, how you doing, sir?
I am good. Ready to talk wrestling.
That's good. Good. Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it for sure. So pretty much a lot. I would say there's a lot, but unfortunately, I mean, I guess there's like some things going on right now. Like you have the main event set for Double or Nothing. And really quick, before we get to all of that, let's get into how you can listen to our show every single week and other programs as well. You download the app. It's completely free. What you do is you type in WWSRN if you have an iPhone on the Apple Store. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store. You type in Worldwide Sports. Check us out there, as well as worldwidesportsradio.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. And we're also on bodyslam.net, one of the, if not the best wrestling insider sources in the country today. Check them out on their YouTube page and all of that good stuff. So a lot of good stuff. Obviously, again, we'll be on for another maybe 20 minutes or so. And then, gotta put my son to bed because that's father duties. It's not Father's Day yet. So when that happens, then, I will get that time off. But also really quick, happy Mother's Day weekend to all the moms out there for sure. Absolutely. And of course to my mom, of course to your mom, Lyle, as well. And to my wife, who gets to celebrate her first Mother's Day. She's already throwing it in my face how Sunday I am doing everything. So it's going to be fantastic. Can't wait. And it's, we're going for brunch tomorrow. We decided to do it tomorrow because Sunday's going to be madness. It's going to be chaotic. You're not going to want to drive anywhere or go anywhere. So we decided to do it tomorrow where it's a little low key and everything like that. So it should be a lot of fun. My son is going to his first restaurant tomorrow. That'll be interesting. My nephew will be there, so that'll be interesting. And all that element together, and I'm going to be ordering mimosas and Bloody Marys up the wazoo probably because I probably won't be able to take it after 20 minutes. But besides that, let's get into it. So we saw, and actually it's so funny because I think Rampage is on now, as funny as that is.
No, 5:30.
So it's over already then. All right, so it ended from 5:30 to 6:30. Okay, so we got to be on at the Rampage then. We didn't have to compete, I guess. A lot to get into. I said what I said last week about the main event happening at Double or Nothing between CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page, which it was starting to lean towards that. And it's actually going to be cool because Lyle and I will actually be at Dynamite next Wednesday at UBS, which will be awesome because that will be my first time going to the UBS arena, and I've heard nothing but wonderful things about how beautiful it is and everything like that. So it should be cool to be able to experience that. And then we have Vegas in a few weeks, which is insane. 3 weeks away. It's crazy that it's already 3 weeks away. We booked that trip in February, I believe, and it's already 3 weeks away. And it's insane that it's happening. But get to Dynamite right now. One of the things that really stuck out to me was with the Hangman Page promo, it felt very heelish to me. That was just my take on it. I don't know if it was supposed to come off that way. It might have, but maybe he's just they're making him a confident champion. That could be the case. I'm planting my feet in the sand here. I do think, and we're gonna definitely try to do a show in Vegas when we're there. 100%. We'll try to do that. I'd like to. I think that'd be awesome. I think it's a great idea. So for sure. But to me, I really felt like when I see how they're doing the show, with the Forbidden Door show, I get a certain vibe that I think Punk will wind up winning this match, and they'll have him go into Chicago as the champion for that show, and have maybe him versus Okada in a champion versus champion match.
Drop it to MJF at all.
Yep. I think that makes the most sense. I think that is the way they are going to go, because you're looking at it in this perspective that you could have Punk Okada in Chicago. I don't think you can have a better main event than that in that moment, because of also where the city it's in. I think it's just too good to pass up if you're Tony Khan to not do that. I think Hangman's had a decent run. Nice race, had some very good matches.
We need a Golden Lovers reunion.
Yeah, I agree.
I would love that.
No, 100%. I still have the
Golden
hat.
Lovers versus Red Dragon, please.
I have that hat still from I bought from Hot Topic. The hat that doesn't even look like it doesn't even fit me. Freaking piece of junk. But I think I would. I mean, I think Kenny could be back soon. You'd like to think that.
I hope so.
I mean, I think
I want Golden Lovers versus Red Dragon. I will be on the couch doing this during the entire.
Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right.
I would be so happy if that happened.
But to look at, I'm actually kind of curious. One team I'm looking at that, and I think they will get a match at Double or Nothing, is I'm waiting to see what they do with the Young Bucks. What are the Young Bucks do?
Kind of teased it yesterday. Not yesterday. Wednesday.
Oh, the thing with the Hardys?
I think it's going to be Hardys Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. That would be great.
That'd be awesome. I mean, is it? So it's not going to be next week on Dynamite then, right? No.
They didn't announce it, but I think they're going to keep teasing it. And then they'll get that match at Double or Nothing.
Because they did a match at Ring of Honor a couple years ago at Hammerstein.
Yep. It was great.
And it was a great match. And it flew well because let's call it like it is, right? The Hardy Boys.
But the problem is the Hardy Boys could move back then.
They had a lot of issues going on, and it was a lot of stuff in the back that was happening. And
I mean, they could physically move back then. They can't physically move anymore.
I mean, I look at it in this way. It's a matter of the Hardy Boys are one of the best tag teams we've seen ever.
Yes.
And
Young Bucks better.
Everybody has said that the Young Bucks are like the Hardy Boys 2.0. And that's always been the comparison.
They're both tributes to the Rock and Roll
Yes. Express. 100%. Absolutely. And that's always been the case.
Which I find really funny that people completely ignore that part of it.
They always do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at how, literally, if you look at how Ricky Morton was, forget Robert Gibson, but if you look at Ricky Morton back then, he was a high flyer. Pretty much.
There was literally a shirt. There was literally a shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees that had Rock and Roll Express on it, really young, and it said Young Bucks.
I didn't even know. Now I got to see that afterwards.
I don't think it's up there anymore. I couldn't find it.
No, they probably took it.
But it was. I think it was from the Young Bucks.
But so, and then I wanted to bring up what's going to happen also at GCW because they did announce a match, and we'll get back to AEW in a second. They announced a match last night for the Vegas show, where it's going to be Blake Christian versus Matt Cardona.
Well, I asked Matt Cardona when I saw him at NYWC, and he told me he was going to be there. So I don't know if they announced him before that, but he did tell me that he was going to be there.
No, they announced he was going to be there before that. They had a whole list of, which I guess I'm a little disappointed. I mean, listen, not that Cardona's bad or anything. I guess when I heard Blake Christian call out Johnny Gargano, I was kind of like uber excited about that. And I said that would be the perfect match to have in Vegas.
Yeah, that would have been great. But, I think, Blake Christensen and Cardona, two of the biggest guys in GCW right now. That's going to be a great match. I really can't wait. I think the show's going to be really good. I do expect Nick Gage to be there.
Yeah, I mean, he just signed a new contract. I understand the fans are up in arms that they haven't announced him yet. He's going to be there. Relax. He does the biggest show.
I think he'll be there is because it's a major show with a major pay-per-view that weekend.
Yes. Yep.
If it was a random show and they haven't announced him, I would say he's probably not going to be there because he doesn't do every single show. But a show this big with Double or Nothing weekend, I think he's going to be there. And I hope he does a normal Nick Gage death match and I can watch it. And I really want to see one in person. I really do. It would be great.
Now, I've never seen a death match in person. So
you might cry.
I've seen it on TV. I mean, it's guys doing they're doing ridiculous things. I mean, it's awesome, and we find it great. I mean, that's what we do, right? We find it. I mean, it's light tubes and barbed wire and all this stuff, and flame throwing, and all this stuff is happening at once. Glass doors and everything, glass windows. I mean, it's literally for me. I'm excited just to experience a GCW show because I didn't get to experience one at Hammerstein, which I wasn't too upset about. Speedy goes, they should merchandise flamethrowers like they do in Spaceballs. It's a good idea, Speedy. You should bring it up to Lauderdale on Twitter. You should tweet him on that. See what he says.
No, that would be a really bad idea.
He probably will not answer you, so No.
No. You don't want to give that man before he's done.
Yeah, seriously. I mean,
like if they start using flamethrowers in deathmatch, it might not go over very well.
But the thing of it is back to AEW really quick. I just want to, they are announcing talent for the GCW show, so it's constantly popping up. I know you're not on Twitter right now, so I've been sending announcements. I know Johnny Carnage, they're calling him now, who was once formerly as Johnny Nitro. He's
Johnny Game Changer,
or Johnny Game Changer, and John Morrison, who he was, is going to be there as well. That's a nice get for them to get that for sure. To get the indie John Morrison back is a fantastic get for that show. I think it's interesting what they'll have him do.
Can he do slow-mo in person?
No, I mean it's.
We'll
be close enough. Maybe we can ask him.
Yeah.
We can ask him. Maybe like, hey,
do slow-mo.
Yeah, bring Joey Mercury back. Bring Joey Mercury back with you also as a joke.
Bring back Melina.
No, God, I don't know if we go that far. I don't know if we'll go that far. I don't know if Ty is going to be happy about.
They don't want Eminem.
I would love it, but I don't think Ty is going to be too thrilled at that happens. I don't know. But going back to AEW really quick, you're starting to see some stuff settle. Wardlow MJF is going to happen, which is crazy because nobody thought they were going to have it drag out this long, and I kept saying, this is AEW. They'll let things drag out for 2 or 3 months.
For what? MJF Wardlow?
MJF Wardlow. They'll let things drag out.
Yeah.
They'll let things drag out for 3 months.
They did it with the last, with a few of MJF's rivalries have lasted like a few months long.
Oh, yeah, because he always throws the challenges at his opponents. That's always what he does. And that's how it progresses and makes it last longer. And then you had Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa.
That's going to be very good.
That's going to be a great match. I wasn't thrilled with the promo the other night.
Yeah, wasn't that great.
It was very cheesy, cliche-ish, but that's why.
Honestly, Serena Deeb is the better one to win that match.
I agree. I agree with you on that. And to me, and this is the thing about why Britt was so important to the women's division because of her mic work skills.
Yep.
She was so vital for. Now, Thunder Rosa deserved to win the belt at that moment. She did. It's and you're also going to have obviously the 2 Owen Hart finals and stuff like that. I am curious who Samoa Joe's opponent's going to be. That's the Joker card is in that realm of the bracket. So I am
Kenny Omega.
Who?
Kenny Omega.
Nah, I don't know about that. You think so?
Like I'm praying. He's a Canadian, and he is a guy who could win the Owen and give it validity the first time.
I'm with I 100%. Listen, I've been saying this. I think it should be Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole for the finals at Double or Nothing. That's what it should be.
That would
and
be
I think
great.
it would add intrigue to that rivalry because that the Young Bucks are involved, Dragons involved. Now you're setting yourself up for maybe a blood and guts type of thing in the future, possibly something like that, and it builds. But it's a matter of everybody's saying that Kenny's not going to be healthy enough in time for Double or Nothing, but he could be there to make an appearance. But he might. I mean, who knows? Kenny's a very private person. He does some things on Twitter, but he's very private with his. He's very focused on the video game right now too. You
He is,
clearly
yes.
see that. He's just a very private person. He doesn't discuss injuries with people. He doesn't keep anybody in the loop about it. I know Meltzer tries to say things because they've had a relationship, but I don't think anybody really knows. That's what it comes down to. I think only Kenny knows. And when Kenny had a grueling last couple of years.
Yes.
I mean, especially in a pandemic.
If Kenny
carrying
can't be
AEW.
at that AEW New Japan show, that is a major blow to that show.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. It's a
Not
massive
because
blow.
Kenny not being there, but because of the whole storyline of him wrestling guys from New Japan again, for him being introduced to that again, is just, I think, something that would be meaningful to all the people that followed him for so long, including like me, you, probably a lot of people watching our show.
He was also the face of the company for both companies. He was the face of both of them. He was the face of New Japan for a while, and he was the face of AEW. So if you don't have now, I 100% think that Punk, going back to Punk for a second, needs to win this match. You have to have the main event in Chicago be Okada versus Punk. You have to have that match. It would be the crowd reaction to that would be incredible. That's something I don't think we've seen in a very long time in pro.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I mean, I think if you're Tony Khan, you have to make that. It's right there at your fingertips.
Well, I don't know if he has to work with Gato to figure out everything, but
I mean, apparently Okada said he's going to be there.
Oh, I would expect
he'll
him to
be
be
there. He'll be there. They're all going to be there. All of them are going to be there. You might even, depending on champions, you might get like a Will Ospreay versus like Scorpio Sky match.
Maybe Ospreay Omega. They had a lot of shit talking going back to each other.
You could do Ospreay Omega, maybe because Scorpio Sky's a TNT champion. Maybe you do Ospreay Scorpio Sky, which I think would be fun.
You could do a AEW guy versus a New Japan guy for a for like the US title. Tanahashi, I believe, holds the US title, right?
Right now, yes.
So
I believe he does. Let me check for that quick, but I
you
believe
could go New Japan guy versus AEW guy. I'm sorry, versus Tana. You can have a New Japan person face Scorpio Sky. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Go cross it like that, or they could end up doing like the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor show in at the Garden, where they had their own matches on the card. They didn't actually face off against each other. We all expect that to be happening, but
yeah, according to Meltzer, he said that the expectation is that they're going to do AEW versus New Japan.
That would be amazing.
That's essentially what the card is going to be.
I'm really looking forward to when they do the Young Lion matches, and all the people who are not familiar with New Japan are watching. Go, what the fuck am I watching?
I mean, you're going to also have Ring of Honor guys too. Like you're going to have Jonathan Gresham on this card too. Like you're going to have Samoa Joe on this card too.
That confirmed.
Like that's.
Is that confirmed?
That's what they, according to a report, they said that they're going to include Ring of Honor in this. I mean, and also they'd be stupid not to include Jonathan Gresham on this.
He would do great.
It would be stupid. And of course, Samoa Joe's going to be included. He's on the AEW roster, and he's a champion, so they're going to include him in it. Like I could see Samoa Joe versus like Jeff Cobb or something like that.
They could do Thunder Rosa or Selena, whoever's the champion, versus someone from Stardom. They could do Mercedes Martinez versus someone from Stardom. They could do a triple threat match. Stardom.
That's going to be the tricky part. Is Stardom has not been confirmed just yet, and if they can't get Stardom, that's going to be a very tricky part. Is how do they fit the women on this card then? And I think they need to make sure that they put them on that card. You have to. It's too big of a show.
Ring of Honor, Mercedes Martinez versus whoever's the AEW champion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. I guess you could do that. I mean, I guess that could be the one match you could do where it's not a New Japan part of it. But
I don't see why they can't get Stardom. When Bushiroad owns New Japan and Stardom, and you're negotiating with the same people pretty much, I don't see why Stardom won't be involved. I expect Stardom to be there.
100%. I think it'd be shocking if they're not a part of it. I think you need to get as many brands involved in the show.
How does Vince look at the show, and see this happening and see how big it's going to be? How do you think he looks at this?
Who?
Vince, when he tried to negotiate a deal with New Japan, and they gave him the finger and went to AEW.
AEW, yeah. I mean, but it's just crazy to think that you possibly can have in Chicago CM Punk versus Kazuchika Okada.
What I want for that show, Blackpool Combat Club versus LIJ.
Yeah, I could see that.
I would love that. Naito, Sonata, and Hiromu do that.
Maybe.
No. Do Naito, Sonata, and crap, I'm forgetting his name.
Bushi?
No,
or Takagi.
Shingo. Do those three versus the other ones. Then you get Shingo and Danielson in the ring. That would be amazing. I want that match so bad now.
I mean, I'm even wondering if they go the route. If Scorpio Sky is the TNT champion.
Honestly, I'd be very depressed because I'm not the biggest fan of him. At that point, it should be somebody else, and then you have somebody who can have a higher quality match versus someone from New Japan. I don't like Scorpio. I just think against people from New Japan, he's not good enough.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, do they have him maybe go up against like the junior champion? Do you have something like that maybe that goes?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm also curious what they do. You know, what do they do with like FTR and the Young Bucks? Where do they go? What do they do?
They'll figure something out. I'm not.
No, 100% they'll figure.
They could do Young Bucks, God.
Really, really quick, Lyle, before we do our finishing move. I know it's a short show.
The
NXT releases.
FTR.
Oh yeah. Oh, what would you say?
Techers versus FTR.
You get Dangerous Techers versus FTR. That would be good. I like that. That'd be nice. I just wonder who the Young Bucks would go against.
God.
Yeah, I guess.
Remember, right? Jay White, right after he kicked out God, he tagged the Young Bucks.
Yep. Yes, he did. Yep. I could see that. And then, like, who does Adam Cole go against and all that?
I don't think we should sit here and say everybody from AEW will have to be on that card because there will be people that will be cut.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, listen, you can only fit so much on a show. That's what it is. Really quick, what were your thoughts on when you heard about the NXT releases that happened and WWE doing this? It's the time of the year again.
It's whatever. Can't really expect anything more at this point. It's what they're going to do. They're going to do what they want to do. It happened, whatever.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to, I know we said it was going to be a short show, and I promise you we will do everything we can to be on at 6 next week for sure. We'll recap Dynamite and Rampage. We'll recap Dynamite. We can't do Rampage yet because it's going to be recorded, so we can't do that. But we will. I might not even be there. I might be leaving after Dynamite's over because I got to be up at 4:30. But we will be at Dynamite next week, which will be awesome. I'm excited about that. I get to see the new arena. That's really the reason why I'm going. Not even cover Dynamite. I'm more to check out the arena and see what it's about and everything like that. But get to your fishy move line. What you got?
I don't think AEW is the same without Kenny Omega. The show feels like it's missing a giant heartbeat, and I can't wait for him to return.
You're not the only one that feels that way, by the way. You're not.
Because I'm right. Also, on the way out, screw Cody Rhodes. Benedict Donald, screw him. I will say that every show now. Screw Cody Rhodes. That's the people version of what I want to say.
Well, my finishing move is I'm very curious on how they build keep going forward with the stuff for Double or Nothing. And this is their biggest pay-per-view of the year. I know they're gonna put. I mean, you already made CM Punk in the main event against Adam Page, which is a fantastic main event. And where else do they go with the building? What matches do they have on the card that they're going to go? You know you're going to have Wardlow MJF. You know you're going to have Deeb and Rosa. Like you said, you could have the Hardys versus the Bucks.
I would love that.
Which would be, I think, just nostalgic and fascinating and intriguing, and they have chemistry together already. Their styles are similar. So I think that would be something to look forward to, and just to see everything. It would be really just all of it in one show is going to be interesting. I mean, it's going to be tough to top what Revolution did. Obviously, you're going to get the Jericho Society versus probably. Obviously, you're going to get oh my God, Kingston.
I'm curious if next week in New York we get Homicide and Hernandez debut,
possibly,
and then we get a 5-on-5 match at.
I'm trying to remember. Did Hernandez? I think Hernandez might have just signed with MLW though, so I'm kind of curious.
I don't think he has a exclusive contract with them.
Okay,
he might have
usually
per appearance.
Yeah,
No,
I think it's per appearance. Usually there's certain guys like Hammerstone they have I think locked in. There's certain guys.
I would probably burst out of my seat if they had Homicide and Hernandez come out. That would be insane. I would love.
And they really haven't previewed anything for next week yet. They've only done like
a couple matches, a couple segments.
Yeah, that's all they've done is the MJF segment, and you had Sky Kazarian. That's going to be a match. I don't know if it's going to be on Rampage. Probably on Rampage. And what else have they done so far that they've previewed for next week? Oh, Starks and Jungle Boy. This should be nice.
No, that would be very good.
Yeah. So I mean,
the FTW Championship.
Yeah. So, and now, really quick before we go, I'm curious who challenges Jurassic Express for the tag team belts at Double or Nothing. Who is it?
FTR.
FTR. I think it should be. That's what.
Then they give them the
they're
belt.
going to win it too.
Oh, they will. Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to give them every. They're going to give them all the belts at this moment. AAA, Ring of Honor.
They could get it from the IWGP from New Japan. They don't have a tag division over there. They could give them the belts during that June show.
They want that. That's what FTR said. They want to fight in New Japan. They want to go there and do it.
And right now they're opening up everything. So they could give them the belts in there. They could wrestle on Strong. They could go to New Japan. They could still do that here in I don't know. I think that's probably what they're going to do. I think they're going to give them the IWGP tag titles and the AEW titles. And
I think that's how they should be making it.
Phenomenal year.
The report that has come out this year is that Tony Khan, and it was a report a few weeks ago that apparently said that the expectation is this is going to be FTR's year. Like this is going to be their year this year. Like some years you have different teams and stuff like that. This is supposed to be their year to dominate in AEW. So I'm not surprised. It's about time. It's long overdue. And to me, I think if this
right, because they have 1 year left, so they're going to give them a month a year, and then they're going to be like, go to WWE or stay here and become monster champions, where we're going to be built like this.
It's smart business. Yep, it's smart business.
And you know what? I have to be fair. That's what Vince always did.
Yeah.
Someone was contract was running up, and they wanted to keep him staying, gave him a title, or they did that when they came in, gave him a title, and then buried him forever. I think that they're going to stay in AEW. They're doing too good, and when they sit back and think, "Look how good we're doing here," opposed to leaving. I mean, opposed to left. Like they were out for a while, and they got it, and they're doing so good. I don't see why they would go back.
No, neither do I. I think it would be an interesting tactic if they were to go back, and an interesting way of doing business because you're getting everything you want in AEW in a great stacked division. You're now also the first ever 2-time AEW Tag Team Champions.
If they get the belt.
If they get the belt, so why not stay where you are? You have that history now. Your name is in the books of being that. And I think that's a huge thing.
Do you think they could give the New Japan IWGP Trios titles to the Elite?
It'd be interesting if they did. I mean, we know the Bucks obviously have
Because then they can go back do stuff with New Japan. They're going to do stuff back and forth. Like, I think that could be the way to go. Give them the belt. They can go on strong and defend it. They can go to New Japan for Wrestle Kingdom. I think Tony doesn't have to create his own version.
My biggest thing right now is if Hangman loses this match, which a lot of people are expecting him to do, where does he go from here now? Like, what happens now? Do you turn him heel and make him that guy? Or, like, do you keep him the way he is?
I think he needs a little bit of a change, but not a full change.
He was a good heel in Ring of Honor.
I think he needs to go to a dark cowboy, like something really dark. And I'm like you can make him be like one of those guys who from that were like the criminal cowboys, and like they were something that to be feared. You can make him something really evil as a cowboy, and I think they could definitely do something with that. And I think it would be a lot of fun to watch. I think it would be interesting. But give him a black horse. He could wear all black, a black horse, and I think it would be great.
You're also going to get probably Death Triangle against House of Black at Double or Nothing too. That's
probably the pre-show.
And the segment to me was a little confusing Wednesday.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it didn't make sense to me. Like, what was the point of that?
They're teasing Julia Hart.
I know they're teasing it, but it's like it was weird. It was like a waste.
It was a little weird. It was.
The show this week felt a little off. It felt weird to me. Some of the things didn't make sense. Some of the things I was confused about.
Most of it I wasn't really confused about. There was a couple things I was a little confused about. That Julia Hart thing. The segment I didn't like with Serena and Rosa, but besides that, I had no problem with that. But they put a couple things in there that shouldn't have been in there, and then they could have essentially just had a longer main event, which I think Deonna Purrazzo deserved.
Yeah, I agree. But Mr. Gillen, sir, listen, have a great, wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day again.
You too.
Oh God. This
guy.
Don't you have a show you have to do? And then, meanwhile, it says your mic is muted, but you're still talking. How's that possible?
I'm not talking. You're the one talking.
No, you're the one that's speaking. Well, we're about to end because I gotta, like it. So it was so funny. A quick story. I'll tell Lyle this quick. It was really funny. So I'm talking to Errol on the phone last night, and we're chatting, and then I go, "Oh shit, I gotta feed my kid." Anyway,
I'm actually the one that told him he had to feed his kid.
Yeah, he's gonna tell me to get off.
How are you, Lyle?
I am good.
You look good in so many ways than one, my friend. You looked a little stressed out, my friend. You all right over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Listen, we're gonna head out. Errol, I will talk to you this weekend. Lyle, I will talk to you this weekend. Everybody have a wonderful and joyful weekend. Listen to the weekend.
Send it to Kenny Omega.
Yes, always. There you go. Kenny Omega, take it away. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take care.
I must bid you adieu, so say with me now if you know it. Goodbye, and good night.
Thank you for listening to Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Of course my kid's in the right